Hello and welcome to The Explainer. Today we're diving into a topic that sounds, well, kind of simple, but it's actually surprisingly deep and honestly vital for our well-being. The topic is fun. We're going to explore the incredible ideas of author Catherine Price, who makes a pretty convincing case that most of us have forgotten what it really means to have fun, and more importantly, how we can get that feeling back.
So, let me just start by asking you this. Straight up, when was the last time you truly had fun? And I don't just mean you had a nice time. I mean that belly-laughing, lose track of time, euphoric kind of fun. Seriously, take a second. It's a little harder to answer than you'd think, isn't it?
All right, so here's our game plan for this explainer. First, we'll talk about the fun we're all missing out on. Then, we're going to break down the secret recipe for what Catherine Price calls true fun. After that, we'll get into why this stuff matters so much for your health. And we'll wrap up with a real, practical action plan you can start using literally today.
Okay, let's jump right in. The whole problem, the core idea that Catherine Price points out, is that we're often tricking ourselves. We think we're having fun, but we're not. And this is the huge difference between what she calls fake fun and true fun.
You know that feeling when you've been scrolling social media or just flipping through channels for an hour? That's what Price calls fake fun. Yeah, it might feel kind of relaxing in the moment, but afterwards you often feel drained, right? True fun is the complete opposite. It's active, it's engaging, it's full of laughter and real connection, and it leaves you feeling genuinely energized, like you're actually alive.
So where does all our time go? Well, the numbers are pretty staggering. The average adult spends 3 to 4 hours a day on their phone. If you do the math, that can add up to 60 full days a year, 2 months. Now, tack on another 3 hours for watching TV, and you start to see just how much of our lives gets swallowed up by this fake fun, time we could be trading for something way, way better. Okay, so if we're all sort of drowning in this fake fun, what's the life raft? This is where we get to the heart of Catherine Price's work, the true fun formula. She argues that those amazing, unforgettable, joyful moments in your life, they aren't just random. They follow a specific recipe.
This quote just nails it. Price calls true fun a feeling of euphoric connection. It's about being so in the moment that you're not judging yourself, you're not criticizing, you're just there. It's more than just being happy. It's this powerful feeling of being intensely, wonderfully alive.
Now, this is the really critical point. True fun is not an accident. Price defines it as this peak experience that only happens when 3 very specific things come together at the exact same time. It's that magical combination that creates this incredible energy, the one that makes you feel truly alive.
So what are these 3 secret ingredients? Well, the first one is playfulness. And this isn't necessarily about the activity itself. It's all about the attitude. It's having this lighthearted spirit, dropping your guard, and doing something just for the heck of it, without any goal or worry about being productive.
The second ingredient is connection. This is that amazing feeling of sharing a moment with someone, whether it's with your friends or family. But it's not just about people. It can also be that profound sense of connection you feel in nature, or even when you're just playing with your dog. The key here is, in these moments of true fun, you are not lonely. And the third and final ingredient is flow. Oh, you know this feeling. It's when you get so totally absorbed in what you're doing that the whole world just kind of melts away. You completely lose track of time, your attention is undivided, you are 100% present.
And that right there brings us to this simple but incredibly powerful equation. You take playfulness, you add connection, and you add flow. It's only when all 3 of those things happen together at the same time that you get that magic. That's the real deal. That's true fun.
Now you might be thinking, okay, this all sounds really nice, but is it actually important? This next part is all about why true fun is not just a nice to have. It's absolutely essential for our health and our happiness. And guess what? The science completely backs it up. So let's just be crystal clear about this. Chasing after fun is not frivolous. It's not a waste of your precious time. It is a fundamental, vital part of living a good life.
It's what makes us resilient, it improves our physical health, and it's directly tied to our overall happiness.
And if you need a really stark reminder of why this is so critical, just look at this number. Researchers have found that the health risk of being lonely is about the same as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. 15! That's just wild. True fun, with connection at its core, is a direct, powerful antidote to that.
And the benefits are so tangible. When you regularly experience true fun, it helps you manage stress and anxiety, it makes you tougher when things get hard, and it even stimulates nerve growth in your brain. We're talking about a lower risk of heart disease and stroke, and a longer life with your mind staying sharp. This is serious stuff.
Okay, this all sounds fantastic, right? But the million-dollar question is, how do we actually do it? How do we make it happen? Well, this final section is all about action. We are going to walk through a clear, intentional plan to bring way more true fun into your life, starting right now. The very first thing you need to do is what Price calls a fun audit. Just take a little time to think back on those moments of pure, true fun in your life. What did they have in common? This is going to help you pinpoint your personal fun magnets, the specific people, places, and activities that create fun for you, and also the anti-fun factors, like being distracted, that always seem to kill the vibe. Now, to take that audit and really put it into practice, Price gives us a fantastic, easy-to-remember acronym, SPARK. This is the framework that turns your personal insights into a real, concrete plan. Let's break it down.
S is for space. You have to literally make room for fun, both on your calendar and in your head. P is for passions. This means you should actively go do those hobbies you love just because you love them. And A is for attract fun. This means practicing being present and playful. When you do that, you kind of become a fun magnet for other people and experiences.
Okay, now for my absolute favorite letter in the acronym. R is for Rebel. I know, it sounds a little crazy, but Price found that a ton of peak fun moments involve a little bit of harmless rule breaking. It can be something small, like breaking a social norm or just doing something totally unexpected. It's about shaking things up.
And this idea of rebelling for fun, it's really about being intentional with your one and only life. It connects perfectly to this incredible quote from Henry David Thoreau, "The price of anything is the amount of life you exchange for it." When you really think about it that way, prioritizing fun isn't an indulgence at all. It's a profound investment in your own life.
And that perspective brings us to the last letter of SPARK. K is for keep at it. Look, this isn't a one-time fix. It's a lifelong practice. You actually have to plan for fun, because just waiting around for spontaneity, it doesn't really work. A great tip is to build yourself a fun toolkit, maybe a journal with ideas, some photos that make you smile, to keep you going. And always, always remember, choose experiences with people over just buying more things.
So we've seen what true fun is. We've seen why it's so incredibly vital, and now you have a real plan for how to create more of it. It all comes back to that powerful idea from Thoreau, and it leaves us with one last big question. How much of your one precious life will you exchange for true fun? Thanks for joining us on The Explainer.